I'm simply going to dive right in. Welcome to the network. Welcome to the broadcast family. And of course, I appreciate each and every one of you around the world tuning in on today. Today we have an outstanding young lady joining us, one of our featured authors. All you got to do is stop by our broadcast network platform, GMAP1.com. Click on the tab that is simply titled Featured Authors. You will see a copy of her publication posted there. Click on that publication and it will take you to the necessary location. Find out more intimate information and details about the author as well as the publication. Joining me right now is Danielle Sternquist. Danielle, good evening. How you doing?
I'm great. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh my goodness. I always hear that and I love when people say it, but you know what? Thank you for being here. I am grateful to have you here with us on the GMAP Broadcast Network. And today I am going to allow you the opportunity to share with us a little bit about who you are. So we're going to dive right in, and I'm going to ask you if you wouldn't mind doing me a quick favor. Introduce yourself. Tell us who you are. Tell us where you're from. Who is Danielle Sternquist? Why don't you tell us that?
Okay, I'm Danielle Sternquist, and I actually live in central Minnesota and on a little hobby farm. I grew up in Minnesota, but I have lived other places. My dad was in the Navy, so we traveled and moved a lot. Um, I am 59, I just turned 60 actually last week.
Wow.
So no, I can't turn 59 anymore. And I'm a grandmother of two and a mother of four.
Wow.
And I have wanted to write my story for quite a long time. I always tell people the writing might not be the best, but the story is good.
Right. Oh my goodness. And I am grateful, honored, privileged, and blessed to have you. Why I Am Me, Surviving Grief and Trauma. Why don't you break down? Tell us a little bit about it. What does this publication entail?
Well, it's my life story, and it started, I at the very beginning, I started at my birth, and I was born in the mid 60s to a single mother, which was very unusual back then.
Mm.
Um, Mother chose to keep me rather than have an abortion, and I am so grateful for that.
Mm-hmm.
Because, none of my kids or my grandkids would be here if she would have aborted me.
Right.
And it goes on, and I did have some sexual abuse as a 6-year-old. And because of that, I had problems with, I got in trouble as a juvenile, and I did some drinking and stuff like that that I shouldn't have done. Um, but I just didn't know how to deal with my life. My mom went through a couple divorces, and you know, the guys she was with weren't always nice, and were actually, on the abusive side.
Right. Right. Wow. Well, I'm going to ask you this, and I'm once again grateful for you being here. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dudes and dudettes, welcome to the GMAP Broadcast Network. Currently speaking with one of our featured authors, Danielle, and of course, again, we encourage you, stop by our platform, GMAP1.com. Simply click on the tab that is titled Featured Authors. You'll see a copy of the publication I'm currently showing you on our screen. Click on that copy. It will take you to the necessary location. Find out more intimate information and details about the author as well as the publication. Now, is this actually a follow up to a publication that you've previously written, or is this your first publication that you've released?
This is my this is my first publication. I plan on doing another one about my son.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and you'll meet him in this book, the current book, because he's a big part of why I wrote the book.
Right.
And that's where the grief comes in. I lost my first husband when I was 24 years old.
Wow.
I
Wow.
had two little ones. I had one that was just turned 5, and then I had an 18-month-old.
Right. Wow.
And my first husband was killed in a truck train accident.
Wow.
So I kind of go through uh, that situation and how I dealt with it. We had been going to church, and I had, so much faith in God, and then something bad happened, and it
Yeah.
just felt like with my life, it kind of did that. Every time I would get close to God, something bad would
Okay.
happen,
Well, you know,
and I lost my faith.
I'm going to say this, and of course, it's something that's very relatable to not just me, but many of us who are listening. And of course, I do a program here on GMAP titled The Recovery, the Recovery, Road to Recovery. I'm sorry. And of course, I always tell people that there are so many things that you have to overcome and recover from, and it's not just drugs and alcohol, but trauma, grief, death in the family, divorce, things like that. And this kind of reminds me of that. And of course, I know it's encouraging to a lot of people, and the resources are out there and available, but you have to really know that your destiny was determined before your delivery, and you have to be willing to endure the process, and the process is never good. And if you can endure the process, you will overcome and reach your destiny. Now, if someone wanted to reach out and show their love, care, concern, and support for you, and purchase a copy of your publication today, how can they do that? Where is it available? How can your book be found?
Well, my book is found on Amazon as well as Ingram Spark. And through Ingram Spark, it's gone to other places like Barnes and Noble. And I think probably the easiest way would be Amazon.com and just looking up the name of the book.
Hmm.
But if they click on your link, it will take them right to that book. So they
Uh,
don't even have to go through all the hassle of trying to find it.
Right. Okay. Well, that's awesome to know. And of course, if someone wanted to reach out to you and maybe speak with you on a more, I guess you can say, individual basis, and
Sure.
how can you be reached? How can someone contact you?
Well, my email is really easy. It's Danielle Sternquist at gmail.com.
Hmm. Well, that
And
is
if you want to reach out and send me a message, I'd be happy to get back with them. It's probably the easiest thing to do.
right. Oh, wow. And of course, I got to ask you this: when you look back, Danielle, over the process that you went through from beginning to end, when it all started in your heart and your mind, you look over the process and you look at where you are right now, this very moment, and of course, that's here on GMAP. What's next? What's next for you as an author?
Well, like I said, I think I see a lot of mistakes I made in the book, just dumb little things, but I didn't want to spend a fortune on a, editor and all that. So I just prefaced it right in the book that I did this by myself. And if there are mistakes, I own them.
Right.
um, but my next book, yeah, I'd like to start writing another book. And I have the title and everything because it's coming off of a poem I wrote that I actually stuck in the back of this book, and it's
Ah.
called The Perfect Storm.
Wow.
And it'll be about my son who, at just as a baby, had some real severe febrile seizures, and then as an adult, he developed epilepsy again.
Hmm.
And while he was in the Marine Corps, he was a Marine. And so he went through the whole process of, getting medically discharged and all of that, and ended up coming home after 5.5 years.
Right.
But his story is very interesting. All the people he met when he was in the Marine Corps, celebrities and things that he did, and it'll be a really fun story. I mean, it's not a fun story, but it'll be a really interesting story.
Ah. Well, I am going to guarantee that I'm going to be inviting you back to learn a little bit more about some of the things you have planned for the future. And I mean, it is just amazing that you have taken time out of your busy schedule to join us here today. And I thank you for that. Also, thank you for accepting the invitation to be a part of our broadcast network family as one of our featured authors. We're encouraging others to show their love, their their care, concern, and support, go out, purchase a copy. You can stop by GMAP. You can click on the cover. It will take you to where you need to go in order to show that support. And please, when you do that, don't forget to leave a review. It's going to be so very important. Please leave a review. Show Danielle that you appreciate what she's doing. And I'm sure it will encourage others that are on the outside looking in, Amazon, myself. And then we'll make sure that we show you some gratitude as well. Danielle, I just can't thank you enough for just stopping by and chatting with me a little bit. I'm looking forward to hearing some of the things that you have in the future planned, and I want you to keep us posted. And of course, don't forget, continue to do what it is that you have been blessed to do while you're on this journey. And if there's anything that we can do to assist you, please don't hesitate to pick up the phone and give us a call. And when you do so, the answer will always be yes, and you'll never have to ask me twice, okay?
All right, that sounds great. I just wanted to also mention that I would, if anybody is going through these troubles and they feel so lost and they don't know where to turn, I would definitely suggest a Christian counselor, because my counselor is the one that really got me through enough to be able to sit down and write this book.
Right.
So I would just really suggest that. I don't want people sitting by themselves and, feeling lost.
Right. Oh,
So, and
wow.
if they have trouble, they can always reach out to me, and I'd be happy to help them.
Oh, my goodness. And we would appreciate you doing just that. And again, thank you so much for joining us. Looking forward to some of the things that you have planned. Continue to be blessed and be a blessing. Have a fantabulous rest of your afternoon. I'll keep you posted. I'll make sure to inform as many people as possible about why I am me. And of course, we're going to make sure we show our support as well. You be blessed and be a blessing. Have a fantabulous rest of your day, and looking forward to talking with you again soon, okay?
You too. God bless.
One of our featured authors, Danielle Sternquist, right here on the number one station in the nation, GMAP Broadcast Network, GMAP1.com. Yours truly, Pastor Kevin. I'm simply doing what I love because I love what I'm doing. Be blessed. Stay locked right here. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.